What's up, everyone? Hardcore here. In the past, we talked about the ups and downs regarding Final Fantasy XIV and the drama and experiences that often happens in the game. So, what we're gonna talk about is one of my personal experiences. I'm pretty sure people can relate with me on that one, and the bonding issues in the game. So, my personal experience ever since I joined Final Fantasy XIV was one of them is the feature in game that is the bonding. What is bonding is when two characters um, use that feature for like to get certain items. One of them is the ring, which is the most sought out item in the game. So that ring is like that gets you to teleport to the character that you're bonded with, which is kind of useful. So I can see why people want to do it. And one of the main issues with it, however, it's like it's kind of cute. Nothing is wrong with it, but one of the issues is the people seeing it as something very serious that they want to do, like they actually want to do it, regarding what's the reason behind it. And I got a lot of people asking me, "Hey, you want to bond? Like, why? What's the point of it?" Like, I mainly was playing on my own most of the time, so I don't see what's the point of it. Like, sure, they have like rewards and everything, but it's nothing important. Like, this exists in many other MMOs. One of them is the Ragnarok Online, if you guys know about it, and many other MMOs as well. I'm not sure if the newer ones have it, but as far as I know, it's in 14, which is the recent MMO, as far as I know. But anyway, so I got a lot of people told me about like horrifying story about the bonding issues, which they got like blackmailed into bonding with them. They be like, "Hey, you want to bond with me so I can give you something," and it goes to like it can be like in real life thing too. Like, hey, you want to do this? I can give you money in real life. I can do this and that. So one of the issues also happened to Kaiser right here and Sigma Six like next to me. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I've had people ask me after I got married and bonded to Heart that, is Kaiser available? Is Kaiser single? Because I was always hanging around and they must not have known we were together. And it's just one of those moments of, I'm sorry, I
Oh
am
yeah,
taken.
they'd be like, hey, oh he's a cute cat boy. I'm not gonna lie, some of the races in game are cute, but it's like, hold up, what is going on? Same with
Hold up,
Jeffrey.
wait a minute.
Something ain't right. I've been bonded. Well, I've been asked to, be bonded when I was both a male character and a female character. The ways that it was asked by me were pretty subtle, but I think the awkward thing is that normally when people ask to get bond or when they want to bond with somebody, it's kind of like a roundabout way of doing it. So instead of kind of like approaching the person that they want to get bonded with, they kind of go to like the person, like an affiliate or friend of that person, and it will ask like, "Oh, is such and such character? Do you know if they're bonded with anybody?" And it kind of makes like this weird kind of dynamic. It's almost like a middle school thing, where instead of like asking the girl or the boy that you like if they're single, if you want to, exchange phone numbers, you ask a friend of a friend that knows that friend. It's hilarious to me.
Well,
Yeah.
taking
Sorry
it
if I
seriously.
sound Sorry if I sound down in volume. Just I'm trying to keep from coughing on stream.
No, it's okay. It's just the fact that people take it way too seriously. And by too seriously is that it happened in my old FC. One of the people in there that kept asking a lot of people to bond with him, which I'm sure, like, Sigma, do you remember that? That person?
I do.
He's like, I'm the last person that he asked before he left the FC. which was it's kind of hilarious what happened with him.
It was really hilarious. So I guess in to put a little bit more formalities about bonding, and at least in Final Fantasy terms, is essentially getting married. And one of the topics about the video is that, you know, that when people get bonded, there's some people that see the rewards in the game as a nice little way to collect, you know, unique stuff. So in Final Fantasy 14, when you get bonded, you get like, you know, wedding dresses, you get, you know, and it comes in like an outfits, you know, or several pieces within the outfits. Then
And
you get like tuxedos. You get a
it also
two.
depends on how much you spend for
Yeah,
it. You have to spend the same amount for each one because it's
exactly.
all from the Mog Station. And so if you don't spend, the platinum for both, you don't get the
Oh yeah,
platinum
that's
wedding.
another thing too.
If you get one platinum and one free, then you really don't get anything, as far as I
I,
remember.
yeah, you're right. You both have to have the same plan, so you have to coordinate, you know, accordingly before getting the plan. Because the last thing you want to do is have somebody, you know, get one plan and then they have to, you know, update it by, you know, paying for a whole another one just so that way you can match. Um, I've seen wedding plannings go just kind of like you see like Bridezilla's, like the TV show, where, you know, they, you know, it's all about one person's way on the way that they want the wedding to be as far as the aesthetics. You can customize everything, up to what outfits you wear, you know, what your brides and grooms, you know, like when the people come in,
If you
your guests, what they would wear. You know, you can
and
have whole
then
entire themes. It's it's out there.
and then you can have those friends that they show up and halfway through or at the end they're all naked, ready for photos.
Oh, that's one
It's
of the best
happened to
ones.
me. It's
Yeah,
happened to me, and I'm just like, come on, guys, why you gotta
yeah,
do this to me? And
yeah. Some of these bonding events can get a bit outrageous.
it's always in good fun, especially when you are inviting your friends. I've seen so many times people put in shout chat, "Hey, we're getting bonded for anybody that wants to show up," and it's just like, so you're just gonna let everybody in Limsa come? It seems like it could be a bad idea because you're in Limsa.
Right?
Yeah.
But you'd
We don't
also
talk
have a
about
lot of
Limsa.
people dancing.
But here's the thing: there's the when you get the free plan, if you make it to 1 year with that person, it actually changes to platinum. One of my
Yeah,
friends told me
for
about it.
when you do
Which is
your
kind of nice.
anniversary or the rebonding or whatever.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
anniversary thing.
So you can
But
get it, but it takes a whole year. Some people
some people's
may not
relationships don't
always
last that
be.
long.
Yeah, they
Oh
may
yeah.
not last that next year.
I mean, because we have individuals that's gotten bonded. I mean, because there's some people, like I said, that they'll take the bonding as an additional game item. You know, it's just like any other quest, and it is a quest where your characters actually have to do these things to construct the ring, all that stuff. And some people take the bonding of it very seriously, to where some people in real life have gotten married from this game. Some people it's just casual, but the characters are bonded. You know, they're married in game, but then they're not married in real life. But then there's some players that when they get bonded, they take it serious. Like, and we've seen plenty of friends get hurt emotionally, just emotionally, you know, emotional damage from these bonding events.
Oh
And
gosh, we've seen it where somebody was bonded to a married person in game, and it was all fine and dandy because it was in game. And then when the bonding ended in outside of game to the in game, um, is when it kind of went downhill. If you want to, because I know
yeah,
that was for you.
yeah, so like in a situation I had, I was with a person, and that person wanted to get bonded. At this point in time, I was, you know, taking a hiatus from the game because I got burnt out. So I lended my character over to my girl, and she was running the character, and she was like, well, she was a glam fanatic, so she wanted it for like all these different kind of glams, and so she ended up getting bonded with a character that, you know, was relatively harmless. didn't really do much of anything. It was a background character to else. But aside from that, when she stopped playing the game and I took my character back over, it's not like the person that she got bonded to didn't know that it was a dual account. Like two people ran this account. So and the thing was that when I took my character back over, I was like, okay, well, whatever she did, I'm undoing because that was her. This has nothing to do with me and my character. So eventually, like when I told him, I was like, hey, look, this relationship thing that you had no longer exists, and it's dissolving as of now. And this person was like, well, but we're bonded. It was like, no, 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 no. The character that I'm playing, you're bonded with that character. Me and you are not bonded. And like I said, this was a guy and it was another guy, but he was willing to stay bonded to my character because he was emotionally connected to my character because of the person that was playing that character beforehand, and he was willing to say, hey, look, I'll put the fact that you are a guy playing this character, I'm willing to put that to the side as long as you can what the character or the person that was playing that character beforehand, as long as you don't change that character, then I'll be fine. And I was like, no, that's not happening. Marriage is dissolving. And after that, I changed my character from the female character to the bunny boy. And he got super pissed off because he was like, well, I would feel weird if we're bonded and my character, a male character, is bonded to a bunny boy character, and this isn't going to make me feel right. And I was just like, well, this isn't about you. This is about my character. And I already told you what was going to happen. What happened beforehand was done. And seeing somebody being emotionally traumatized that way, where they're willing to put themselves in a situation where they're willing to be with another guy because that guy is controlling a female character because he was emotionally drawn to that female character. So
Yeah.
I've seen some weird, awkward incidences because I was a part of one. Not I was indirectly a part of one because it wasn't my decision for that character to get bonded.
Mm-hmm. And he took it so much more than you would think. Like, yes, you had some emotion to a character, but again, it's not your character. But
Yeah,
there's some that
exactly.
when they go to try and bond too, they only go for specific races in game.
Yeah.
Like, for the guy we were talking about, he really wanted to go after, the tall people while we were hanging with him.
The tall and dark skinned complexion.
Yeah, those ties and everything. Like they have a feature. They have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like yeah, you taking the game too seriously. It's just a game. These are just characters you don't own. It's like, why though? Like I get, like people get emotionally attached to a person in game, but let's not forget you're talking to a real person behind a screen.
Mm-hmm. There's
So
no AIs in this game right now, as far as I'm aware.
yeah,
Yeah.
But at least, that aren't NPCs.
And
yeah,
there's been people that's been emotionally let down because they're so used. I mean, because when we play our characters, unless you're seeing people, unless you're voice chatting or video chatting, you are represented by the character that you're representing on the screen. So a lot of people, when they see your character, have you ever talked to somebody on the phone and that person's voice is like, well, this person has a really nice voice, and when you see him, like a picture of him, or you see him in person, you're like, that's not how I imagine that
yeah.
person would look. That's kind of what it's like where in the game, because you're so used to seeing somebody, and some of these people, they're really really great at role playing. There's some cat girls and cat boys that really put like meow at the end of their sentences. They do like the cat emojis and it's really cute and it's really adoring, and some people really get into that mindset that the person that they're talking to on screen is the person that they're really talking to in real life. I mean, people see and experience the best of themselves online because you can portray yourself as whoever you want to be. But when you're living your life 24/7, and then when you see, when people see you, and then they're like, you're not the person I imagine you being. You're not you're happy go lucky in the game, but then one day you're upset about something. You're like, you're not the person I know in game because the person I know is always happy. But it's like, real life things happen. You can't always be happy all the time. But I've seen people get emotionally let down because they're like, oh, well, I'm talking to this cute aura, and I imagine that her facial features match her facial features in real life. And then when you come around, instead of a slim face, lady, you have, kind of a wider face lady. And I've seen people get emotionally torn down because they're like, I've been lied to, I've been catfished,
Or
I've been
it's
bamboozled.
or it's a guy that's played as a female all this time and they weren't expecting it. Or, it's just it's kind of, we set those high expectations on people, and sometimes you get where you feel like you've been catfished, but did you really, was it for bad intentions at the beginning or at the end, kind of thing.
Yeah, I knew somebody got super catfish. Like this person had a voice changer and would meet up in Discord voice chats for like a year and a half, and only select few people knew that this person was a guy, but they were outside of the loop that this person was wrangling up this other person. It was actually a string of people. And these people really thought that this guy was a girl because of this professional voice changer that he had, which was in real time. So if you spoke into it, it actually real time changed your voice into this female. And I'm pretty sure you see YouTubers that do it now, like Lovely Low and a few other people that actually change their voice from a boy's voice to like a kid's voice, or like a woman's voice to a guy's
Gosh,
voice.
all the old memes on that.
Yeah. So and this person portrayed that the fact that he was a girl, got in voice chat, sounded like a girl because of the voice filter, and played this other guy for a fool. I mean, like they were talking about getting married in real life. This guy had sent like money over for plane tickets so they can meet, and then all of a sudden something came through. It was the death of a family member, or that person got sick and they could never fly out to go meet him. But meanwhile, they took that money and ran off with it. I've seen people like that happen where they get bonded and they turn something that's an in-game feature into a real life feature, and there's nothing wrong with that. But some people are gullible because some people, they're mostly guys who would sit around playing the game, and most of these people aren't physically or emotionally attached to somebody. And then when they get into these online relationships, they really blossom and take control into something totally different. And that's where people were liable to get hurt because you get people that prey on those kind of people and take advantage of those
Hmm.
people. And we had a good friend who was in a string of bondings, and they all ended horribly bad. And he was ended up inside of his like online house, locked himself in, having his character cry on days because he was crying in real life, where it manifests to where he locked himself in his room in real life to log into a game so he can lock his character inside of his house and cry in game. So it's that bad sometimes.
It's kind of mind-boggling how people take it seriously. Even catfish to this day, like you have to make sure multiple times. Like I know some people would be like, well, it's just a game. Who cares? It's like people get catfished even outside the game, like in social media as it is. But it's to the point that people get emotionally like hurt. That like in real life they don't want to eat, they don't want to go out. They just feel like they're destroyed inside and out. But
Hmm.
it's
And
kind of
they
like,
find,
yeah,
and some of them, they find a way to, get bonded with people that don't want to, or they get into a bonding that they thought they were going to have,
right.
and it's never progressed, or any number of things, really.
That's like those fake relationship that never goes away. Like there's no end to it. That's like, okay, what's the goal now? Are we
Right.
actually gonna meet in real life? Is it like, do we have a goal that is going on?
Yeah, because I'm single in real life and I'm single in the game. I've had people come up to me and ask to bond with my character because they think my character's cute looking. Even when I was a boy character, I've had female characters come by and I've had male characters, vice versa, whatever the case is. But the thing is, I tell people that I would never bond my character because I don't see the point to it. Even if it was just for the items are great. Like I said, it's only available through that event. So if you want the 2-person mount, if you want, some of the minions, all the extras and gadgets and stuff like that, yeah, bond with somebody that you're attracted to, if that's the way that you're going. But if it's not, then you have to. I think people should be upfront and honest and just be like, hey, look, I want to get this specific item or whatever. We can bond. Our characters can stay bonded, but just know that this is a purely cosmetic thing. This is not a relationship thing, because I think that's where the stone kind of falls through the cracks. People are like, hey, we should get bonded. Yeah, we should get bonded. Some person becomes emotionally attached. One person doesn't. Then it becomes this weird one-sided relationship. And then, people get led astray. People get hurt. And, then other person's looking like a jackass and other person's looking like an asshole.
Yeah, it's kind of all over
Siggy
the
has
place.
Siggy has too much charisma. It's all maxed out.
It's not even just me talking to people. I mean, one thing or another, it's about sex appeal. You have some characters that dress provocatively. You have some characters that dress more modest. And, and I think that's more appealing to the eyes, because I've seen characters, like, whole conversations start up based on what your character is wearing. For the longest time, my ninja had like this Assassin's Creed getup. It took me a long time to put it together, and so far I'm one of the few people that I've actually seen rock that kind of a style of aesthetics. But I had characters just walk by and just bring up, hey, your character looks freaking awesome. And then, like, how did this happen? How did you inspire this? And before you realize it, they're like, hey, we should totally, like, get to know each other more, based off of just what your character is wearing. It goes off of minions. Sometimes it's mounts. So it's not just, being charismatic and just talking to people. Sometimes people are just drawn to certain things just by looks, and they'll come flocking over, and then they'll come and ask that way as well.
Yeah, I had one little cute aura do that to me so long ago.
Wait, what are we talking about?
We're not going to say any names.
Back in the gold saucer, just running around the main side and the thing, and all of a sudden I get a tell. Your character looks cute.
No, I said your name. I like your name. I thought.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it the name?
Yeah,
I don't remember. It's been over 3 years.
Maybe 4. I was like, I like your name, and then I just went to my friend who was in the gold saucer, and I look behind me. Kaiser's behind me. I was like, oh, hi. My friend was like, who, your friend? I was like, no, I just complimented his name. It just appeared behind me. So it's like, it's kind of weird how people meet in game. But again, like I said, the community is good. They're nice. People are really nice if you let them be nice to you. Like they say, be nice, or like give respect to get respect back. But all in all,
yeah, and I would say the bonding community is a great community. I've seen bonding events where people get really creative, and it's not just the people that's doing the bonding, but like their friends and everybody that supports it. Like the themes, I've been to a bonding event where I've been to an Attack on Titan bonding. I went through one that was like an 80s cartoon bonding. Somebody dressed up like Lionel from off of. I mean, it was like all these different. I went to a Dragon Ball Z wedding where people would totally cosplay these characters.
I can see somebody going as Goku or Vegeta as an aura, because those hairstyles look identical.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Vegeta was an aura.
their facial expression is kind of intimidating, so I can see that.
Yeah, so I mean, when we're talking about these things, it's not one of those things that like we're being biased and like telling people not to do it. I mean, because everybody has their own reasons to why they want to do it. It's just that, I think more people should be upfront about what their intentions are, and and it's hard for people to not catch feelings for another person, because it can be anything. That spark can be ignited from anything. It could be, from a conversation. Somebody could give you a compliment, and some people just end up getting emotionally attached to something. But it's just one of those things that, first and foremost, just remember that the game is a game. It's about meeting people and experiencing a lot of things with other people, but that the fact that because these people are attached to their characters, a lot of these characters, like I said, with the cat race, they act a lot like cats, like you've seen anime shows. So there is some role playing that goes into it. So when you're experiencing these kind of relationships or these kind of interactions, just know that you're dealing with a person. The person that you're seeing is an avatar,
Yeah.
and a lot of these people are acting based off of what their avatar looks like. So it's just one of those throwing caution to the wind can kind of get you hurt. But just know that first and foremost, it is a game. But I've seen real life consequences where people have hurt themselves. They've become depressed and emotionally distraught based off of interactions that they had in these games. And these things are very real.
Yeah. So this is just our experiences in the game, but like we're just letting out how things worked and how people treated us and what actually happened with us in game. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, or if you have any similar situations that happened to you. And
We all know somebody. I know you guys got stories. Put it in the
yeah,
comments.
let us know if you have like similar situations. We'd love to hear it. But don't forget to sub and like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.
Have a good one, guys.